Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's Blonde Intelligence. We have a special guest today. We have Mr. Kandola, straight out of Los Angeles, California. How are you doing today?
I'm doing very well. Thank you so much for having me today.
Thank you for coming. We're going to start out with you telling everybody a little bit about yourself and about your product because I know that you are also a business owner.
Definitely 100%. So once again, my name is Rocky Singh Kandola. I'm a first generation born in the Bronx of New York. My parents were from India. They migrated over here about early 1980s, late 1970s. I was born in New York, and then my family quickly moved us down to the South, Mississippi, the deep, deep South, where my father pursued his career, and my brother, my sister, and I began to go to school and learn about growing up and everything. And from there, I've lived
You said the
over
deep,
the
deep South.
deep South. I almost said the dirty, dirty
Hey,
South because that's
I'm in Arkansas.
okay. Yeah, you already know what I'm about 10 hours below you right there on the coast.
Okay, all right. Presenting the Blonde Intelligence Exquisite Bar Jewelry and Wine Glass Collection by me, Miss Ronnie. Yes, the host of the Blonde Intelligence podcast. Blonde Intelligence Exquisite Bar Jewelry adds an exquisite touch of class to any bar, fireplace, party, wedding, special occasion, or just a sipping style at home. Bling out any occasion the Blonde Intelligence Exquisite way. The bar jewelry cups has the Blonde Intelligence logo and signature diamond and pearl theme in antique white color. Each jewelry cup is handcrafted from start to finish. Each cup is sealed, jeweled, and sealed several times to the Blonde Intelligence standard with high quality materials. On special orders, a generic liquor bottle can be placed on the jewelry cup to complement the liquor in your bar for an additional fee. The Blonde Intelligence Bar Jewelry Cup comes in 3 sizes for your exquisite ocular delight, or as part of your personal collection of the Blonde Intelligence Exquisite Bar Jewelry line. Each set, depending on size, comes with a mini wine glass or wine flute. Blonde Intelligence Exquisite Bar Jewelry is available on Etsy. Shop Blonde Intelligence. Right.
Definitely, yeah. So I started out down there, and then I went to a bunch of schools and facilities, everything from boot camps to military schools, to private schools to public schools, all around the world, from India to New York, all around the U.S. to Mexico. Before I graduated college in Alabama, and from there, like I kind of told you in my bio a little bit, kind of a rough patches of areas, but everything I went through kind of led up to the point where I am now. And it all happened for a reason to be able to be sitting in Beverly Hills right now, Los Angeles, running and operating a successful human hair extension company. A lot of trials, a lot of tribulations, a lot of tears, everything involved in between there, and we can get into all of that. Blessed to be where I am now.
Okay. So what made you decide to go into hair of all things?
Awesome question. So this is a question that 5 years ago, I was actually scared to answer truthfully. And the main reason is because my parents would say, and other business people would say, hey, Rocky, if you tell people the truth behind it, you're going to lose business, and you're going to lose customers. And then a couple of years ago, I was like, you know what? If I can't be myself and operate my business, then maybe this is not the right business for me. So I started speaking about it, and a lot of my clients were really appreciative and really found a lot of motivation and inspiration from it. So this company, Hairman India, the entire dream, the entire vision, the entire business plan was written on one page with snuck-in cell phones in the middle of an Alabama state prison 7 years ago. And that's where I came up with the plan. My cellmate and I would use a stolen or snuck-in cell phone to reach out to people and his sister on the outside and get information about numbers and pricing and the market.
Wait a minute. So I'm going to say that you got away with that contraband.
Oh yeah, we got away with it. It wasn't easy. I was laying underneath the bunk with a blanket wrapped around me with 3 people looking out for COs to make sure we didn't get caught. But we got away with it.
Wow. Go ahead. So so you came up with the concept there, but why?
So it was just one of many. We were brainstorming, finance companies. restaurants, clubs, all kind of different ideas we were brainstorming. And then when I got out, I've always been kind of a hard-headed type of kid, so you couldn't really scare me or hurt me or punish me into doing better. When I got out, I kind of got back in the same lifestyle of no direction, of drugs, of partying, of women and this and that, until finally one day, I kind of had enough was enough, and something, a higher energy, a higher power came to me, and it's like, Rocky, let's see what else is out there. My dad actually asked me, hey, Rocky, do you want to get out of the country for a while? Do you want to go, get away from the circle you're in, the girlfriends you have, what you're doing, and just try something new? And we always butted heads because he sent me around as a kid to boot camps and military schools, and I was always, kind of in fights with him. And the way he said this time and the way the timing it was, it clicked, and I listened. And I went to India and just started living a clean lifestyle and let go of everything that I knew at that point, my identity, my circle, everything I was doing, whatever I was calling myself, dope boy, playboy, party animal. And I started anew. And while I was there, I actually tried other things first, And then while I was there, I remember the business plan I made in prison. And I started researching vendors and manufacturers. And I rented a car and started going around to the temples and seeing what this actual human hair business was about. From there, I made Facebook post. After I made that Facebook post, all my homegirls from high school were like, "What, Rocky, you got hair? Like, hit us up. We're gonna work with you. We're gonna work with you." And I kind of just never looked back since then. I had a assault case where my entire jaw was like shoved into a concrete sidewalk. Almost lost my life.
Why?
Good question. I never actually got to confront these people, but if my friends and the time of what was going on, I was dating a girl, and it was kind of a jealousy type of thing. I was a club promoter back then, and it was some people that worked with clubs down there that were jealous or anything of my statue in the society that we're living in. They picked me up and threw me into a concrete sidewalk. The DA of the town actually told my father that we're sorry, your son is a convicted felon. He's not allowed to be where he was, so we're not pressing any criminal charges against the people who did this. So my father pursued civil charges, and we actually won that case, settled out of court, and I used that money to actually start my hair company.
Mary Ruth Organic is a #1 Amazon bestseller wellness brand dedicated to immune support and gut health products. Made with high-quality, non-GMO, plant-based vegan ingredients with the fewest number of allergens possible. Mary Ruth Organic health products are cat's claw, elderberry, lemon balm, adrenaline focus, ionic zinc, ginseng vitality. Find Mary Ruth Organics on Instagram at Mary Ruth Organics. Blonde Intelligence is a Mary Ruth Organic partner.
10 years later almost. And that was what I used to start the hair company with. Like back then I harbored a lot of hate and a lot of anger in my heart towards these people, towards the judges and the lawyers who treated me like a criminal when I was actually the one that almost lost my life. Since then I've learned to let go, forgive and forget. Not only forgive and forget, but be grateful for the blessings that came from that.
So tell me this. Do you think, and of course we know, being minorities, but do you think that in the South, being from the South, that convicted felons never redeem themselves in the eyes of the law there?
Without a doubt. I'm still not quote unquote redeemed right now in the eyes of Alabama law. Alabama is one of, I think, 12 or 13 states that have no expungement constitutional rights for any kind of convicted felons, especially at a certain level. My charge was for distribution of narcotics, and I'm not allowed to apply for or receive any kind of pardon from the state of Alabama. Hopefully those laws change because, as you might know as well, Alabama still implements its constitution from the Jim Crow era. In 1901 was the last time they amended their constitution.
They have like crazy little laws in each state in the South, because I know I don't know if it's abolished yet, but they had a law in Arkansas where a husband could whip his wife with a belt once a month. I think as of 2 years ago, slavery never was legally abolished by the state in Mississippi. I mean, so throughout the South, they have stuff like that people really need to work on, because one of the things that they talked about is even with policing, we are the ones who elect these officials that does not change any of the unfairness. So we have to start exercising our power as a people.
Exactly. And I mean, it's so crazy because as a felon, I didn't even know I was allowed to vote until I was actually scared. I was actually scared because as a felon, you're kind of scared to walk in government offices sometimes. Not scared, but anxious, apprehensive. It's a little bit like, oh man, I'm in a government building, like, and I've been clean for 10 years now. And I still have that kind of anxiety. Yesterday, my girlfriend and I were at a polling center, and I was like, you should go vote. You're legally allowed to. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try. Let's see what happens. And I walked up, got to the last section, and I read it, and it said, if you are fraudulently trying to vote or you misidentify or lie about anything, it's a criminal punishment. And I was like, excuse me, sir. I just want to tell you, like, I'm a felon, so can you get a supervisor and make sure that I'm not going to get in any trouble and I can vote? And they all looked at everything and they're like, yeah, man, you can vote, no problem. And I was like, wow, awesome. And I, sat down and placed my vote and everything yesterday, which was, was big because I think a lot of people that are in the same position as I won't even, out of fear or out of anxiety, even go forward and take that step. And many times that's the reason why so many of our votes don't get counted, because as you know, the system is geared towards locking people up, putting felonies on people, especially at socioeconomic disadvantages. It's a statistically proven fact that you can see just opening your eyes and looking around. So that was a really powerful kind of experience for me yesterday, and I really hope that a lot of other people in my situation give it a try and say, hey, I've completed my punishment, my sentence for society, and I should be a part of society, and allowed to vote and allowed to have my opinion voiced and heard, whether or not that's a smaller thing. It's a part of our society.
Okay. Well, I want you to tell me about your product, and I want you to tell me why your product is better than anybody else's product. Because, as of course, Black women probably not one of your number one customers. So, tell me.
So, first of all, I call all my people that buy from me my clients and my partners. I don't really have customers. I treat everybody directly with my hand and full availability 24/7. The biggest thing about what differently, and if you know a lot of hair companies, they're very disengaged, very separated from the process. Owners don't like to talk to customers and clients at all. I put my heart into it. I travel back and forth to India a couple times a year. I'm here available 24/7 in America as well as in India to make sure the factory is running smoothly. And I work 24/7 because I love doing what I do. I love helping small businesses grow. I don't do too much retail. I do mostly work with small businesses, with women that are doing hair out the back of their shop, that are at their house, that are working in salons, that are entrepreneurs, that want to make a life for themselves, that don't want to work for somebody else. And that's my favorite person to work with because I love that hustle. I love that determination. I love that grind. And I also see that many of us have similar backgrounds. We come from areas of struggle. We come from areas of trying to face this huge, crazy, big system that kind of backs us down in every corner, and we want to learn how to create that own life and that own system for ourselves. And so that's what I do. All my YouTube videos, all my discussions and talks, the way I speak to my clients is all educational based. I'm not one to send out emails on a daily basis that's just spam. I want to inform somebody and everybody as much as I can with what's really going on in the massive industry, and that's what I bring to the table. You're able to run your business efficiently and smoothly when you have a few things set in place. And one of the biggest things set in place, especially for a hands-on product like human hair that's not regulated, is having a smooth, consistent, and reliable supply chain. And that is what I bring to the table for all of my clients and partners.
Okay. So I know you told me that you work a lot with the entrepreneurs and people starting their own business. what are some of the clients that you have had that have worked with people who have hair loss because of sickness, like going through chemotherapy, taking different types of medications that has like female pattern loss? I mean, even male. I mean, so do you have clients that work in that area?
100%. So two kind of areas on that. One, we're actually starting a nonprofit as well, directly for helping people of hair loss for cancer and other medical issues. My chief of staff, Miranda, is actually constantly working on that. We hope to be launching by Q2 next year for the nonprofit. Secondly, right now, what I've noticed in the industry is, and it is an industry as far as the medical hair loss, the people that are right now prominent in it are supplying low quality hair that they charge a heavy amount for insurance and different reasons to their clients. What I do is I work directly with women who are supplying other cancer patients and women cancer patients directly. It is something I put out there pretty regularly. I just shipped something to London for ladies suffering from hair loss at a heavily discounted rate. These products that I make are done by hand with high quality hair, so it's hard to just do it totally free without the nonprofit structure that I'm implementing soon. But I give them a high quality product for a wholesale rate basically right now. And I have a lot of clients, a lot of women, business owners that are actually doing the same thing. And when they talk to me directly, then I know that they're doing that, in a stand-up proper sense, and they have their, 501(c) established and everything as well. I give them the best deals to ensure that these women, these men, these people that unfortunately are suffering hair loss and want to do something about it and want to have a style in their hair that wouldn't reflect whatever's going on internally with them, to have the ability to do so.
Okay. Being in Beverly Hills, how important do you feel like hair extensions are in Beverly Hills? I can see some other places around Beverly Hills. Do you see more wig making or extensions?
Mary Ruth Organic is a #1 Amazon bestseller wellness brand dedicated to immune support and gut health products. Made with high quality, non-GMO, plant-based vegan ingredients with the fewest number of allergens possible. Mary Ruth Organic health products are Cat's Claw, Elderberry, Lemon Balm, Adrenaline Focus, Ionic Zinc, Ginseng Vitality. Find Mary Ruth Organics on Instagram at Mary Ruth Organics. Blonde Intelligence is a Mary Ruth Organic partner. Presenting the Blonde Intelligence Exquisite Bar Jewelry and Wine Glass Collection by me, Miss Ronnie. Yes, the host of the Blonde Intelligence podcast. Blonde Intelligence Exquisite Bar Jewelry adds an exquisite touch of class to any bar, fireplace, party, wedding, special occasion, or just a sipping style at home. Bling out any occasion the Blonde Intelligence Exquisite way. The bar jewelry cups has the Blonde Intelligence logo and signature diamond and pearl theme in antique white color. Each jewelry cup is handcrafted from start to finish. Each cup is sealed, jeweled, and sealed several times to the Blonde Intelligence standard with high quality materials. On special orders, a generic liquor bottle can be placed on the jewelry cup to complement the liquor in your bar for an additional fee. The Blonde Intelligence Bar Jewelry Cup comes in 3 sizes for your exquisite ocular delight, or as part of your personal collection of the Blonde Intelligence Exquisite Bar Jewelry line. Each set, depending on size, comes with a mini wine glass or wine flute. Blonde Intelligence Exquisite Bar Jewelry is available on Etsy. Shop Blonde Intelligence.
So a little bit of everything. I started in downtown before Beverly Hills, and then before downtown, I was literally out of the trunk of my minivan, from Inglewood to Glendale to even to the west side and east side as well. So I've really established myself all over Los Angeles and kind of moved into different areas. The main reason for our move to Beverly Hills was a couple different factors. I'll speak on the personal one first. I was
Okay.
living downtown and had a really large, nice loft with my business in the front of it, and I lived behind it. Not many people knew that, but I actually lived there with my ex-wife, and it was just starting to weigh heavier and heavier on my heart, living in that same place for 3 years, staying open 24/7 almost, and then being at the place where I was in a relationship. So when COVID happened, the riots happened, and things started to really go downhill downtown to the point where I had crackheads smoking crack on my porch in the mornings and throwing up on my front porch, and in a place where I'm paying almost $4K for rent. I was like, you know what, Rocky, it's time to face your fears. And I was scared because I was like, man, this place blessed me with a place to
4K is 2 bedrooms.
Exactly. This is just a loft, no bedrooms.
Oh, I forgot. Well, some lofts have bedrooms because when I stayed in the Bay Area, some of the lofts there, you could get a loft that had a 2-bedroom loft. I mean, they have like a bedroom downstairs, and then it's like the top part was all the way open.
And that would have been nicer, but this for me, if I'm in my bedroom and there's a client in the front, I can hear everything they're saying, so it's all right there. I just had to separate it with like a big wall that I put in myself. So it got tough, and I was keeping the shop open from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m., 7 days a week, running it by myself. And I was scared to leave because I thought as a felon, I wouldn't be able to get rent anywhere else. So when I finally decided to face those fears and let go, I gave away all my furniture, all my electronics, all my food, I gave away like 3 or 4 suits, 10 or 20 pairs of shoes. I gave it all to the homeless and people around me and just left it and took a leap of faith and got this spot in Beverly Hills. And for the first month or two, I was just living in a hostel, a shared living hostel, and just making sure my new office was running smoothly. And 4 months later, we're doing better than ever, in Beverly Hills. So those are the reasons to move over here to Beverly Hills. And now my clients appreciate it because parking is free. It's a lot more of a quiet, relaxing neighborhood. We have a full lobby and bathrooms for people to use. So I kind of did it for multiple reasons, and I was scared. I was definitely scared, but everything turned out amazingly.
So do you have it set up like people can come in and feel the hair and look at different cases? So, okay. So you have like a display case.
Exactly. A full display, office, everything here.
Okay. One of the problems that I run into is I wear my hair blonde. And many times when I go to look for hair, they will have like this platinum blonde hair, or they'll have a number 27 or a 2730 mix. They never have the exact same color that you need. So my question is, when I don't know how the process works, but have you ever worked with like Miss Clairol or somebody there that have like popular styles and popular colors that sell in odd colors where you make hair specifically to match that dye? Because one of the ones that I use, I love Lightest Blonde by Texture Tones. But there is no hair that is the exact same color of that blonde in the Texture Tone. So how do y'all come up with the actual colors?
So basically with colors, we have one blonde that we keep here in store from South India and North India. But what so this is our blonde from South India right here. It's hard to see on camera. If you were able
It's a platinum.
That's a platinum, and this is basically the top of the line when it comes to blonde color that we do. But when it comes to like more shade matching and specific for clients, what I do is I defer to my colorists and my stylists. So we have a lot of amazing colorists and stylists here in Los Angeles. A couple of them have kind of slowed down during COVID, but they're the ones that I defer to. Because remember, I don't do too much retail. So when it comes to a client like really wants a certain shade match and a certain texture, I'll kind of bring a stylist or a colorist into the group with us and allow them to use our top quality hair and then color it and style it exactly for that client from there.
Okay. So basically what you're saying is people can make special orders too.
Exactly. We work with custom orders 24/7. With those, you would call me directly. And depending on what exactly you needed, I would bring a stylist or a colorist into our conversation. They would kind of get everything you want from you, and then I would give them the material they needed, the best stuff that we had to make exactly what you wanted.
Okay. Very, very interesting. So tell me, because I know that it should. What industry has been the most lucrative for you being in Beverly Hills? Has it been the modeling industry or the music industry?
Both. I mean, since we've gotten to Beverly Hills, and I didn't even anticipate this, but the level of celebrity clients that are in entertainment and music that we're working with has just doubled.
Okay.
I think LA. So if you know about LA is one of those places where like it's very materialistic. The more like the area code you have, the car you have, the house you have.
I was told that. I worked with a person before, and they was like, if you become famous or you make a lot of money, you have a certain lifestyle that people expect for you to live up to. So what a lot of people would do, this is what I was told because I hadn't experienced it, but they told me that a lot of like rappers and different people like that move to a smaller town, grow a beard, and work a regular job because they're not able to keep up with the appearances of what people think they ought to look like.
Exactly, and that's so true. And I mean, I'm kind of like an anomaly on that because like I am doing well and successful, but I just don't care about like having new Yeezys.
Because you're from the South.
I'm comfortable. I got some jeans and a t-shirt on. I'm good. Like the car that I have right now, it's a horror story. I didn't even want it. I was happy with my minivan. I had a bad business deal, and someone basically signed my name for a car, and they stopped paying on it, and I had to take that car back, and ended up with a BMW because I had to have it, and it was in my name already. But otherwise, I'd be in a minivan right now, very happy.
That must just be the car in LA, because when I went to LA, the last time I went to LA, that was like the main car that I saw. What is it? What's why?
You know what's weird is cars are actually, to me anyway, they're kind of cheap, or nice cars are kind of cheap in LA. Registration.
Yeah, I noticed that. And then the paint jobs be great. Here in the South, the bugs eat the paint off the front of your car. So you're going to look at this car. This car is this model right here. And I'm like, the paint on these cars look really good.
Yeah, cars are one of those things in LA. They're huge. If you don't, one of my friends told me if you have a BMW 3 Series or 5 Series, that's a baby. That's a normal car. You have to have some kind of GT or twin turbo or modification or M Series to be like competing in LA, basically.
Competing with who?
Exactly, right? Exactly.
How about something that my daddy said to me? Him and my brother was arguing, and my brother said, my couch costs more than your couch. And my daddy said, who the hell cares? He said, when I get ready to sit down and you get ready to sit down, we both sitting. Exactly. So who cares if I drive this series or that series or whatever? Because when I get ready to go to the grocery store, when I get ready to go to the doctor, when I get ready to go to this event, or whatever I get ready to do, how about I don't have to call you for a ride?
Exactly. And you know, that's just the state of our society these days too. You know, like we see on TV and all the entertainers and people we look up to, you know, with these flashy cars and certain kind of clothes, and it's kind of like almost like keeping up with the Joneses thing. Everyone wants to try to one up the next person and have the newest style, the flashiest this, the flashiest that. I
want to one up myself.
Exactly. There you go. That's the best thing to do. Always try to do better than you were doing yesterday, and you're always going to be fine. I agree with that 100%.
Because my mind changed so much. And people can say what they want. I drive a Toyota, and I like my Toyota, my little truck. But when I get ready to get something else, I'm not going to be like, I don't want nothing but a Toyota. I want a Range Rover, and not because I feel like people think that I will look good in a Range Rover. That's just the vehicle that I want to get the next time I purchase a vehicle.
I understand. It's so funny. I had this conversation last night in the middle of the night with my chief of staff, Miranda. I've been like training her and trying to teach her about time management and money management. And she was like going back and forth with me for hours. It's like, Rocky, I want a Lexus or a Mercedes. And I'm like, as your friend and someone who works with you, I think you should do a budgeted car and a practical and economical car. And she was like, you're not listening to me. I'm like, I'm sorry. I love you, man. Like, you're my homie. But
well, tell her to start out with a used one. And because sometimes I don't want to say anything bad against anything. When I got ready to purchase a vehicle, and I don't know how we got off on vehicles, but when I got ready to purchase a vehicle one time, I done like a whole lot of research and what have the best resale value and and the trade value and all of this.
Advertise with Blonde Intelligence, where our listeners experience exquisite cranial repertoire. Blonde Intelligence is a new podcast and video channel featuring entertainment, musical artists, producers, entrepreneurs, as well as discussions on social topics, making the Blonde Intelligence platform suitable for a wide variety of product ad types. Video, Instagram TV, YouTube, and links shared to all Blonde Intelligence social media pages and select group networking platforms. This creates a collective base of over 50,000 potential sets of eyes on your product or service. Each sponsored ad will feature on both the podcast and video platforms. Sponsors have the choice of either a voice ad or audio-video ad, with 3 options for placements. Create a win-win business partnership by advertising with Blonde Intelligence. Mary Ruth Organic is a #1 Amazon bestseller wellness brand dedicated to immune support and gut health products. Made with high-quality, non-GMO, plant-based vegan ingredients with the fewest number of allergens possible. Mary Ruth Organic health products are cat's claw, elderberry, lemon balm, adrenaline focus, ionic zinc, ginseng vitality. Find Mary Ruth Organics on Instagram at Mary Ruth Organics. Blonde Intelligence is a Mary Ruth Organic partner.
So I got the car, and I don't like the way the car rolled over bumps. I noticed that the tire light would come on a lot. I mean, those are things that they didn't put in there. I didn't find these things out until after I bought it. So I would say, if you really, 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 really must have, how about you start out with an older version? I mean, even if you're looking for luxury, because even if you get a 2015 Mercedes, whatever, it's still going to be better than 2015 Chevrolet. I didn't want to just say something bad about it. No. Of course. I'm just saying. You said that you have gotten a lot of celebrity clientele being in Beverly Hills. So you are saying that in that area, location matters.
Yeah, I mean, as far as I can measure it, I know there's two factors. One, I've been going at this for 7 years now, steadily every single day, working my butt off, being in public, answering phones, meeting people. And 2, I have seen when you move to Beverly Hills, just saying the word Beverly Hills, people now like, oh, Beverly Hills. Even you, when you heard like, oh, Beverly Hills, like, you know, like it's one of those
No,
things.
Because I was looking, because I plan on moving back to California, and the rent in Beverly Hills is so that's when you said we moved to Beverly Hills, I was like, okay. Look, so I know. So yeah, you would. Okay, I'm gonna use this as an example. I went to an event once, and this lady had like some cake platters that she was selling, and I was like, oh, I make those because I like to do creative things and stuff. And she said, yeah, girl, I got these for $1 a piece. And she was selling them for like $40. And she was selling the stuff that I don't find an issue with that. But she was selling the stuff, and the people that was coming to buy it did not have an issue with what she was charging. If they liked it, they was gonna buy it. Whereas I went to another one and they want you to negotiate. So tell me, is there a difference in being in downtown LA and being in Beverly Hills, where people just come and they want to purchase? Or do you have a lot of the ones that want to cut a deal?
There's definitely a clear like distinction between being downtown and Beverly Hills, and we still have people that want deals that come to Beverly Hills as well. I think like when
Yeah,
it
but
comes
normally that would probably be people who want to buy in bulk.
exactly. I mean, some people that don't like our like when we sell one by one, we're pretty high priced. Some people don't like it, and I tell them nicely, I'm like, look, man, like there's many other places and stores out there that sell, and you can try them out as well, and we'll still be here for you in the future. But yeah, I mean, downtown, I remember living there. I had a lot more people come, looking for like, oh, we don't want to pay this, we don't want to pay that. But it's all about, in my opinion, it's all about what you do with the space you have. Because downtown, I was in a very nice loft, but it was kind of like, still downtown. However, the way I presented it, the way the whole thing was, people understood when they came in, like we're dealing with a higher end, luxury type of company. And they kind of got that, but still, like you're saying, I had a lot more people coming in, just even off the street, just like, hey, like, do you have $20 wigs? And I'm like, I don't have anything for $20. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, not. You said virgin Indian hair.
Exactly. It's all virgin raw, direct from the temples.
See, no, that's not going to be $20. Wrong with people. Nothing is going to cost $20. That's going to last.
Commercial just like that. That'll be perfect for it. Just let them know. Just
no, nothing is going to cost $20 that's going to last. I mean, you want to pay $20 for it. This is the thing. If I made a $20 product and you only get one wear out of it, you're going to go tell the next person, don't go there. I paid for this, whatever, and it only lasted however long. Exactly. So, yeah, you have to know when all business is not good business.
Exactly.
Well, I appreciate you for coming. I want you to tell everybody how they can find you. Some more of those entrepreneurs doing hair out the back room. More people can find you across back here in the South.
Definitely.
What you got for us?
Everything for y'all. So,
and how to follow you on social media and everything.
Got it. So the easiest way to reach me, as I was saying before, I'm very direct and connected, is to give me a call or a text. My direct phone number is 228-596-5678. I do answer my phone directly. Right now, since I'm on an interview podcast, I have my phone forwarded to Miranda, who's my very good friend and assistant. So all my team is very tight knit. They know me. They know how we operate. They all treat all clients the same way. The name of the company is Hair Maiden India. That's Maiden spelled like Maiden, since it's like we deal with virgin hair, Maiden hair, Hair Maiden India. We're on all social media, everything from Pinterest to Twitter to Facebook to Instagram to YouTube. All of it's at Hair Maiden India. If you want to follow my personal blog, which also has links to the hair company and other companies that I own, it's just rockykandola.com. That's ROCKYKANDOLA.com, where I talk about, my history, my past, the struggles it took for me to start the hair company, and different things, as well as my CBD tea company and my rental company. So all that stuff is online, and you can just Google Hair Maiden India, Rocky Singh Kandola. We should pop up first. I think I'm the only Rocky Singh Kandola out there. I'm very easy to find. I would love to work with anybody out there that aligns with anything I'm talking about. So give me a call, give me a text, give me an email, and let's connect.
All right. Y'all heard them. Well, we'll see you next time. Bye.